Here's your wrestling news for February 15th, 2026. Your headlines for today include Cody Rhodes trends as Cody Super Cena following SmackDown victory, anti-ice chants erupt during AEW Grand Slam Australia, Hall of Famer blasts WWE, Vince would have never done this, Laurinaitis breaks silence with public appearance after legal controversy, backstage frustration growing over WrestleMania 42 ticket sales, old WWE headquarters invaded again as new footage emerges, Booker T reacts as worst television announcer tag goes viral, spoiler, AEW star gets head shaved at Grand Slam Australia, and more. After outlasting Jacob Fatu and Sami Zayn in a high-stakes triple threat, Cody Rhodes punched his ticket to the 2026 Elimination Chamber match. On paper, it was a statement victory. Online, it sparked something very different. Instead of celebration, social media quickly turned into a debate stage. Within a day, Cody's name was trending, and not because fans were applauding the win. A growing section of the audience began drawing comparisons to John Cena during his most dominant run, when he was positioned as virtually unbeatable. That era created loud, divided crowds, and now some fans believe history could be repeating itself. The phrase Cody Super Cena started circulating widely. The criticism centered on a few key frustrations. Many fans feel Cody keeps scoring decisive wins over wrestlers the audience is emotionally invested in, particularly Sami Zayn, and that it's starting to feel predictable. Others question whether Cody vs. Drew McIntyre truly carries WrestleMania main event energy, especially when compared to a potential blockbuster like Roman Reigns vs. CM Punk. Some reactions were blunt. A number of fans openly said they're getting fatigued with Cody's constant spotlight. Others argued that if Cody vs. Drew is going to headline, it needs a major stipulation to justify the position. Without added stakes, they feel it lacks the epic feel expected of a WrestleMania closer. There's also frustration about opportunity. Several voices online suggested WWE should be using this moment to elevate newer or rising talent instead of leaning heavily on established names. Fans are calling for someone like Jacob Fatu to receive the Elimination Chamber spotlight instead. The sentiment there wasn't subtle. Some fans want change, and they want it now. The tone wasn't just about Cody personally, it was about booking philosophy. A few even implied that Cody's position at the top feels more secure when Roman Reigns isn't in the picture, suggesting his dominance is circumstantial rather than organic. So now the debate grows louder. Is this simply the natural backlash that comes with being the top guy? Or is WWE walking into another scenario where a heavily protected babyface slowly turns the crowd against him? Chants of "Fuck Ice" echoed through the Kudos Bank Arena before AEW Grand Slam Australia's main event even began. On February 14th, during the in-ring introductions for MJF vs. Brody King, fans in Sydney began chanting loudly prior to the opening bell. The reaction quickly spread throughout the arena, drawing as much attention as the match itself. This mirrors what occurred on the February 4th episode of Dynamite in Las Vegas, where the same chant broke out ahead of MJF's main event appearance. With the chant now surfacing at multiple AEW events, both in the United States and internationally, it's become a recurring part of the atmosphere surrounding certain segments. The trend, particularly during high-profile matches involving MJF, continues to generate discussion among fans and observers. As the reactions grow louder and more consistent, the question becomes whether AEW addresses it directly or allows the crowd to dictate the tone moving forward. With WrestleMania 42 set to return to Las Vegas for a second straight year, frustration has grown among SAM fans over ticket pricing and additional policies surrounding the show. One of the most discussed moves has been WWE's reported restriction preventing establishments within a 50-mile radius of Allegiant Stadium from broadcasting WrestleMania 42, even if they were willing to pay commercial licensing fees. On a recent episode of Road Trip After Hours, WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long didn't just criticize the pricing, he specifically invoked Vince McMahon while doing so. Long suggested that McMahon would have handled the situation differently, contrasting the current approach with how he believes things were run in the past. While acknowledging that WWE has the authority to make these decisions, Long questioned the timing, especially given the current economic climate. I mean, it's ridiculous. Man, the prices and stuff. So how can you feed your family and then try to entertain them and go to this big event? You can't do that. Your family's gonna come first. Vince McMahon would have never done anything like this. Vince would have figured out a way that it would have came out and everybody would have made money, everybody would be happy, including all the fans too, he said. Long also pointed to the rising cost of visiting Las Vegas itself, arguing that travel, hotels, and food prices make attending even more difficult for families. If the price is already high as hell, gas, everything, so when you go to Vegas now, it's already high as hell anyway, before WrestleMania even came. Now the prices there are double high for hotels, food, restaurants, and all that stuff. I was there last year for the meet and greet there, man, and it was ridiculous how high that stuff was. So how can you afford a hotel? $200 or $300 a night hotel, plus you got to go buy food, you got 2 or 3 kids, it's just impossible, he added. As criticism grew, changes followed. Allegiant Stadium rolled out a 25% promotional discount, and behind the scenes, wrestlers reportedly know exactly what's going on. During a Fightful Select Q&A, Sean Ross Sapp noted that while there is no outright panic internally, some within WWE believe stronger creative direction could directly impact ticket movement. Yeah, there is. There's certainly some people that wish that the creative would do better, as then ticket sales would do better. And I mean, I've reported extensively on the comp situation and how many talent were just so frustrated, especially now that the tickets aren't moving, that they're not able to get comps to the degree that they did. That comment ties into another ongoing issue, reduced ticket comps. Several performers who previously had easier access to complimentary tickets for friends and family have reportedly seen those benefits scaled back, even as overall sales have slowed. Sapp added that some talent are now negotiating those perks directly into their contracts. I will say it's loosened up a little bit, and I've just waited for the day that I hear talent say, okay, we're all working it into our deals. Some of them are, and some of them were. I think it was even Roman Reigns advised some wrestlers like, if you want it, don't expect it, work it into your contract. And that's what a lot of wrestlers are doing now. With pricing adjustments already visible and internal conversations continuing, WrestleMania 42 is entering a critical stretch. Will the discounts and potential creative tweaks boost sales, or does this point to a broader challenge heading into WWE's biggest weekend of the year? John Laurinaitis is set to make his first public appearance in more than 2 years. In a February 12th video announcement, the former WWE executive confirmed that he'll be returning to the public spotlight after maintaining a low profile since being named in Janelle Grant's lawsuit. The appearance will mark his first time engaging publicly with fans since the legal matter became widely reported.
Big Time Wrestling's March Mayhem on Saturday, March 14th in Chillicothe, Ohio. I, Mr. John Laurinaitis, former Executive Vice President of Talent Relations and former GM of both Raw and SmackDown, will be there to do his first ever signing. I suggest that everybody watching be there, otherwise I may have to wish you the best in all your future endeavors. People power.
Following the legal controversy, Laurinaitis had largely stepped away from public wrestling events. His upcoming appearance signals a shift as he prepares to resume autograph signings and fan photo opportunities. Whether the reaction from fans will be supportive or critical remains to be seen, but one thing's for sure, people power is back in the public eye. Titan Towers has reportedly been breached again, at least based on newly surfaced footage. The former WWE headquarters in Stamford, Connecticut, which was vacated after the company relocated in 2023, appeared in another round of social media videos showing masked individuals inside the abandoned building. Just over a day ago, footage circulated showing several men in ski masks entering the old WWE headquarters and filming inside the property. Now additional clips have surfaced, raising questions about whether the group returned for a second visit or simply released previously recorded footage from the same night. There has been no official confirmation of a second break-in. However, given the building's current vacant status and visible disrepair, access may not be difficult. Much of the newly shared footage focuses on the former gym area, a space once used by employees and executives. The gym was notably important during Vince McMahon's tenure, as he was known for maintaining an intense workout schedule at all hours while operating out of Titan Towers. Authorities have not publicly commented on the situation, and it remains unclear whether any investigation is underway. Enjoying the video? A quick like goes a long way in helping us grow and deliver more wrestling news you care about. Booker T is trending, but this time it's not because of something he said on commentary. In the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer Newsletter's 2025 Year-End Awards, Booker T was voted Worst Television Announcer of the Year, and the result immediately set off a wave of backlash online. According to published voting totals, Booker T received 516 votes, finishing well ahead of other names listed in the category, including Pat McAfee at 123, Michael Cole with 102, Vic Joseph at 45, and Tony Schiavone at 40. The reaction on social media was swift and loud. Many fans strongly disagreed with the outcome, arguing that Booker's energy and personality are exactly what makes WWE NXT's broadcast feel different. One user pointed to Booker's role in helping elevate talent on NXT, particularly Trick Williams and Stephanie Vaquer, while questioning the rest of the commentary field. One fan wrote, "The same Booker T that helped Trick Williams and Stephanie Vaquer get over? Vic Joseph, they might be the only two that I like. The rest of them really don't be doing shit. On Black History Month at that, in terms of Booker T, this comes out as crazy." Others didn't hold back either. "Booker T is 100% the best announcer WWE's ever had." Another fan highlighted something many viewers appreciate about his style, that he sounds genuinely invested. Some fans simply dismissed the award entirely. Booker's been part of WWE's commentary team in different roles over the years and is currently a regular voice on NXT. His style is animated, emotional, and at times unpredictable, which, depending on the viewer, is either part of the charm or part of the critique. The Wrestling Observer Awards are fan-voted by subscribers, and categories like Worst Television Announcer have historically sparked strong reactions. But judging by the overwhelming online response, many fans clearly view Booker T's contribution very differently from the voting results. So now the debate is wide open. Is Booker T underrated behind the desk, or is his style just not for everyone? AEW newcomer Jake Doyle's early momentum has hit a pause, but there's finally a positive update. Doyle suffered a torn biceps during the January 28th episode of AEW Dynamite while competing in an AEW World Tag Team Championship match. The injury reportedly occurred after he took an apron DDT from Cash Wheeler while holding onto the top rope mid-match. Now, according to Fightful Select, Doyle has successfully undergone surgery. Jake Something had successful surgery to repair his injury this week. The timing is significant. Doyle had just been integrated into the Don Callis family storyline and was positioned in the tag team title picture, suggesting AEW had clear plans for him before the injury occurred. A torn biceps typically requires several months of recovery, meaning his return likely won't happen until later this year. For a talent who had just begun building momentum on national television, the injury came at an unfortunate moment. Still, a successful surgery marks the first step forward. WWE's planned NXT stop in Atlanta may no longer be on the schedule. The February 24th episode of NXT was originally announced for Center Stage in Atlanta, Georgia. However, a new report suggests the event is unlikely to take place at that venue and is instead expected to move back to the WWE Performance Center. PWInsider.com states that problems securing local permits have created logistical challenges for production. The core problem reportedly involves broadcast setup space. In previous events at Center Stage, WWE production trucks operated out of a nearby parking lot. That lot has since been sold, creating significant challenges for mounting a full-scale television production. Without reliable space for trucks and broadcast infrastructure, hosting a live NXT taping at Center Stage has become far less practical. WWE has not yet made an official announcement, but confirmation is expected in the coming days. If finalized, the February 24th episode would air from the company's usual base at the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. Spoiler alert, the following contains results from AEW Grand Slam Australia. If you're avoiding spoilers, now's your chance to skip ahead. One of the more chaotic matches of the night was a mixed tornado tag team bout with a clear stipulation: whoever took the fall would have their head shaved. Orange Cassidy and Toni Storm teamed up against Marina Shafir and Wheeler Yuta, and the crowd in Sydney was firmly behind Cassidy and Storm throughout. The action was fast and unruly, but when it was over, it was Yuta who found himself on the losing end. After being pinned, Yuta immediately tried to head up the ramp in an effort to avoid the stipulation. That plan didn't last long. Jon Moxley intercepted him, pulled him back toward the ring, and ensured the agreement was enforced. Inside the ring, Luther was waiting. With Moxley and Shafir standing nearby, Luther proceeded to shave the top of Yuta's head as the crowd reacted. Yuta's frustration was evident, turning the defeat into an even more humiliating moment. Now sporting a drastically different look, Yuta's loss could have longer-term implications. Moxley's decision to physically stop him from escaping raises questions about trust and loyalty within their circle. Will this simply be a tough lesson for Yuta, or the beginning of a deeper tension in the weeks ahead? Jazz is officially back in WWE, but this time her role is behind the scenes. On February 13th, the former WWE Women's Champion announced on Instagram that she's joined the coaching staff at the WWE Performance Center. With nearly 3 decades of experience in the industry, Jazz brings credibility and a reputation for toughness to WWE's developmental system. Known for her intensity and in-ring grit, she now transitions into a hands-on role, shaping future superstars. Her return marks another veteran presence added to the Performance Center staff and signals WWE's continued investment in blending experience with development.